Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. I'm Grace McDonald. Montana Stock Growers Association's President Lesley Robinson was chosen as Vice Chair of the Federal Lands Committee for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. The Federal Lands Committee has jurisdiction over policy, including public lands grazing, wildlife, and natural resources. Robinson owns and operates Lazy JD Cattle with her husband near Dodson and has represented counties all over the state, from being president of the Western Interstate Region Board to working as state director for then Congressman Gianforte, and currently as Montana Stock Growers President and soon to be Vice Chair for the Federal Lands Committee of the NCBA. Robinson will serve a 2-year term expiring at the end of 2026. Ag Secretary nominee Brooke Rollins highlighted her 4 key priorities to the Ag Senate Committee. She said that her first priority is to make sure that economic and disaster aid is dispersed as soon as possible. There's $10 billion in economic aid said to be issued by mid-March and $21 billion in aid for natural disasters that has yet to be determined how those funds will be dispersed. Her second priority is to eradicate the current disease outbreaks, including avian influenza and the New World screwworm. Third, passing a new farm bill that provides a strong safety net for farmers. And fourth, rebuilding the wheel within the USDA in terms of conservation programs, research, and food safety, in addition to the farm safety net. Rollins also stressed the importance of rural development and trade. In 2024, hay supplies in Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas saw notable improvements from the previous year. USDA statistics show that increased production in larger May 1 stocks boosted the total U.S. hay supply by almost 8% year over year, with a 3.3% rise in overall hay production. However, the total supply remained about 2% below the 10-year average. Alfalfa hay production in these states was down compared to the 10-year average, though other hay production saw a 5.5% increase. As winter 24-2025 approached, December 1st hay stocks were up 6.3% compared to 2023, but still down 3% from the 10-year average. While supplies have rebounded from drought impacts, Montana, along with other major beef cow states, faced lower than average December hay stocks. We'll be back with the markets after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Well, the cattle futures managed to trade higher again following the previous session that consisted of contract highs. Limited but steady cash cattle trade has developed with steady money compared to last week. The increased weakness in the grain market is providing extra support to the feeder cattle sector, allowing for even larger price differences due to higher beef values and reduced feed costs. Traders started to look ahead to the Cattle on Feed report coming out today, specifically looking at placements, with the wide range of estimates that analysts have shared. Just under 3,800 head of feeder calves sold in Torrington yesterday, with all calves steady to $5 higher. Heavy 400-pound steers sold for $402, heavy 5s at $347, and 6 to 650 pounders at $331. On the heifers, 5 to 550 pounders traded in the highest demand at $338. In Sioux Falls this week, slaughter sheep and lambs were in very high demand, but there has been some pressure on the market as the offering of lambs has been large since the start of the year. The 70 to 80 pound class of lambs sold at mostly $265, and the 100 to 115 pounds at $212. Like I mentioned earlier, there continues to be weakness in the wheat futures market. Some analysts have said that grain markets have become technically overbought and are due for another correction. With the limited snow cover in some key growing areas, there is concern over the damage that the cold temperatures could have done down in the southern plains. Well, that's it for today's Northern Ag TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Grace McDonald.